Hello, everyone. Nobody's perfect, and we're working with some new equipment, both Coach and I. And as it happens, there's a small audio problem with the first third, just the first third. Um, so hopefully, it's not too bad. I ask that you bear with us, and we promise it won't happen again. Thank you, and good night.
Hey, welcome to Team Building Exercise Season 5, Episode 7. Today, the Knuckleheads are talking about the disgusting, the gross, the disgusting, the abominable. You get the idea. It's the plague.
Welcome to the award-winning team building exercise. This is episode 5, no, season 5, episode 7.
7.
It's been so long. It's been so long.
Two more sevens would be all right.
I'm Jack.
I'm Coach once again. Back is incredible.
We have to do season 7, episode 7, and at 7-minute mark, we have to all stand up and have a moment of silence.
Right. Sounds good.
This episode's all about the plague, or as I like to call them, the plague. And yeah, it's the plague. As always, we go through everything about these guys for way too long. And we start with Jacques. Jacques Plante.
Me, the first goalie to wear a face mask.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's who you are. The scars are, you covered them up nicely. You can barely see them.
You can barely see them? I got plenty. Okay, so...
this will be Fike's finest?
No, in fact, this is going to be Fike's fledgling attempt at not having papers.
Oh.
I have it on the screen right here. So everyone... Now I'm going to be looking in this direction.
Jack,
Yes.
I will say that this is my first time with no papers. I have dual screens.
This is my first time with dual screens as well.
Guys are all fancy.
So I might not be on my obscure reference game today.
No, I highly doubt that, but
Oh, okay. So, anyways, let's begin. Enough of this chit chat. So the
before you start, I don't know if it's on your screen, Coach, but the way he's looking, who's beside him on your screen? He's looking at you every time he talks, which is hilarious.
So the way it's going to record, top left is you, top right is Jack, and as always, Coach is holding both you guys up.
So is Jack looking at me when he talks then? I think it's quite...
Yeah, he's looking at you. He's.
Oh, let's go like this. Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
You know, Jack, if you had black gloves on, you would just be a floating head. That would be pretty cool. Just saying. There it is.
Anyways, back to your list.
The gun is good. The penis is bad.
The penis is bad.
Yes. So off
If
to
you
a
get
rocky
that
start.
reference, comment below.
Yeah,
Yes.
You know what? We might have to send somebody out. If you know that the gun is bad and the gun is good and the penis is bad, down below.
I can only say that I apologize in advance and that I'm a reference Benjamin Button, so like there's no real point in which you can really nail me down for what I'm talking about. Anyways, hey Rob, how's it going? I'm going to be looking at you while I'm looking at my Plague list. I am starting with the 3A General.
Woo! All right.
555 Recon 4+, Tactician 1. Infection. Now, I don't think we've had anything with infection. Let's take a look if Coach would...
Well, infection is when an enemy model is killed, rise it again or raise it again, as a stage 3Z. Swap the dead model for a pinned and activated 3Z in the same queue. The stage 3Z is counted as part of your strike team. Now, the funny part is, in the past, you would have a zombie they would raise, but now they're 0 VP, so you're good. You know? That's a nice little update. Well, they've always been 0 VPs, but, you know, whatever. But it's part of your strike force.
I wish it wasn't just dead enemy models. I wish you could do it to your own models. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I can understand. I can understand why, in the lore and mechanically.
I wish it was both too. I think both would be good too.
It would be pretty dope if it was both. Yeah. And the stage 3Z is the zombie. That's for those in the know. The 3Z. Okay, and he comes with a pistol and a combat knife. No big deal. I'm hoping he never has to see combat.
Nope.
2 hit points. I did give him a smoke grenade for 3 points.
I'm feeling it's because nobody else in your unit could have a smoke grenade. Is that what happened there?
I'm not going to say that that's what happened, but you can all be a judge. You can all decide if that's what I was thinking.
Oh, there's lots of judges out there.
There are, and I appreciate each and every one of them. The comment section after these videos, within 24 hours, it's a fun little romp, and I'm not allowed to comment. Coach has said, "Oh,
no,
you're saying that for the show, Jack. Yeah, you're saying that for the show. We're making out he's not the bad guy, but we know why Jack can't comment."
Yeah.
After that incident,
we'd be canceled again. And once semantics, litigation, once it all worked out and the lawyers were satisfied, I was broke. But
once your NDA goes through,
yes, that's why I'm not allowed to put anything in writing in the comments. Even if I see your message and you say, "Hey, Jack's a treasure," or "Hey, I've noticed every episode there's like this one edit." This one crazy edit that I don't understand why it kind of just jumps, and every episode has one, and we don't know why. Like, if that was your comment, I could understand. So, anyways,
just make sure you do that part in the 3rd section, so I know where to find it. Because last time it was for whatever reason I kept skipping over that damn part.
I don't know what you're talking about. We're just talking about a hypothetical about in the comments section, which I appreciate.
We would never say anything that needs to be edited out. So.
No.
One take. So nicknames.
The general has gone up in price to 18.
Exactly.
It's PG.
So next up for my first troop would be the stage 3D, D for dog, Hellhounds.
Everybody's favorite.
Speed 2-3. They fight on 5s, save on 5s, and they are incapable of shooting at anything. 2 hit points. They've got their teeth and claws. Frenzy 1, not too bad. I've got 3 of them.
Nice. They've gone up in price too.
Yeah, and you know what?
1 point? Wasn't it 6 before?
Yeah. But you know, they
1 point's not bad.
But I think they were good at 6. But you know, I think they gave Frenzy 1. Now they're at 7. So I guess you know, it's okay.
Do you think that's a fair trade-off?
Frenzy.
I'm glad they didn't give them 1 hit point. They still have 2 hit points, which is nice. I expect them to nerf them that way, make them more vulnerable.
I'm
glad they did that.
Yeah, I don't know. It just, I don't know. I mean, they haven't changed at all except for Frenzy. So for 1 point, all right, I mean, Frenzy 1 on a 5. You still,
which is average. So your
5
Frenzy
is average,
probably play.
So that one time you get a 6 or a 7 or an 8. I mean, I'm sorry if you get a 1, 2, 3, or 4. It's...
Uh-oh. There's that red dot.
Uh-oh.
Mm-mm. Who is it? Who? Hello?
Oh.
Is anyone there?
It's Georgie. I can see his little icon. Georgie the Goblin.
Yeah, it's always Georgie. Boomer uses Georgie's account, so we're curious who it is. He's probably talking right now, but he doesn't know how to activate his mic.
Yeah, there's no mic.
I assume it's Georgie then.
And it is muted on the screen there, so I'm.
Yeah.
You know what? We'll just keep.
I think we forge along, Jack. I think.
No, but it's like a looming. It's like a specter above his head now.
It's like the sharks. You know the shark's there, and you don't know when it's going to come towards the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well then,
like it's like a weapon.
Yeah. Three hellhounds.
Yes.
I like that. That's good.
Now again, I'm not used to looking at the screen here, and I'm having a hard time. Usually it's on paper, so if I make a mistake, we might have to just go, hey, you know what, this guy.
Mm-hmm.
You've never made a mistake in your life, Jack. So why would you start now?
I have. So next we're gonna go with some stage 3Z.
Rumors.
No.
Jesus, that scared me actually.
Wow.
Rumors.
Hey Georgie, how's it going?
Rumors. I'm not done, Jack. Boomers,
Oh, I
rumors.
apologize.
Boomers. And welcome to another episode of Boomers Rumors with your host, Boomer. Hey, mate, how you doing? We got another episode of Boomers Rumors. Who's excited?
Woo!
Who's excited?
Woo!
I know Rob is excited.
We were singing that theme song before the show started.
Yeah, we were grooving, man.
So I have two rumors.
Two rumors. The first rumor is that there will be Dead Zone models coming out in the near future.
I hope so.
Okay.
I'm really going out on
That's pretty vague there.
a limb right there.
I mean, that was straight from Rob Berman. So,
You gave you that one. Good scoop.
and the other rumor is that no matter what happens in the campaign, the Rebs are going to lose.
Okay. That one. See, the Magnetar campaign that's happening right now.
It's going to be over by the time this comes out, but yes, as we're recording, it is still happening.
Boomer, who's going to ensure that the
Oh, the mob beasts are going crazy.
Oh, I hear them. Yeah. Jeez.
who's going to ensure that the Rebs lose?
He muted himself.
Rob
again.
Berman, my mob beasts.
Hey, what does a Morbeast have in its mouth?
So anyway, what was the question?
We're all having this is gonna be a wild episode.
I know Brian Novak will not be happy to hear that his beloved Rebs are going to lose. He will be very upset with that, Boomer.
Yeah, no need to be a Debbie Downer.
George, do you like Brian?
I don't remember.
What about Rick?
I still don't remember.
He's had some head injuries.
I have to update my list.
Okay.
You sound like Jack. That's why you and Jack get along. Jack has a list too.
Cue gif of Steve Buscemi with that red pen making that off that list behind him. Yeah.
What about Boomer? How does he feel about the Dead Zone the podcast, guys? Make sure you remember you're Australian.
I know, mate. Good on, mate.
Okay.
Oh my God! You know what? They are right about this glacial paste.
Anyway, that was another episode of Boomers Rumors. Boomers Rumors. Boomers Rumors. Boomers Rumors. Boomers Rumors. Boomers Rumors. Boomers Rumors.
Forgot the two verses.
Boomers Rumors. Boomers Rumors. Boomers Rumors. Boomers Rumors.
The rule of threes. He had to do that. That's the mark of a good comedian right there.
Yeah.
We had like a Benny Hill thing
Boomer.
going on.
Thank Boomer for the rumors.
2 rumors this week.
I came in clutch.
Yeah, he's a Game 7 player, that guy, Boomer.
He's no Jock Plant, though.
All right, well, I guess I'll be going now.
Okay.
He's used to being kicked out. That's what was confusing him. He's like, why hasn't he kicked me out yet?
You know, we had it down to a science where they just leave, and now it's the old. All right,
No.
get out,
No.
get out, get out.
Oh, he's got.
Not even an Excelsior?
That's
Oh,
depressing.
get him back. Bring him back. We need Excelsior.
Yeah.
Jack's going to be upset for the rest of the show. He'll be all off. Jeez. Not good. Jack, can you carry on?
Well, that's going to be hard with that shocking reveal that Mantic plans to release models for Dead Zone. Like everyone, if we could just take a moment to let that sink in.
And the Revs will always lose, which is fatalistic, but true.
Yeah.
They kind of always do anyway, so.
But the last Boomer's rumors was that they were going to be releasing various leadership models, and that did come to fruition. That was what happened. So who knows? Maybe the fix is in. Maybe
Did they release models?
yes, they did.
Which ones?
Oh, there was a whole list. If you had to go to the website and take a look, but they were there.
Okay, I gotta go check that out.
At least someone followed up on that.
Oh,
I assumed it was all lies.
So how many zombies did you take?
Okay, yes, let's get back to the list. Let's keep this train going. I took the zombies. They are fight on 5, save on 6+. Yuck. They use their teeth and claws. I took 6 of them.
Wow. All right.
Horde.
They do have horde.
They are hordes.
They have the keyword horde.
Yes, they do.
And I'm just gonna scroll them ties down here.
No more vulnerable. They have 1 health point.
Same difference.
Oh, I'm just
Yes. So them and Z's both can wallow in being weak.
And ciphers. I think ciphers are.
And ciphers. So Horde, during a close combat fight, models with the Horde keyword will gain the friendly model bonus as normal, as you would if you just had any old one of your team move into the square. But this one has a +1 modifier for each model in the cube that also has the keyword Horde. So you can multiply by having more in there. Now, are they great models? Or are they great mechanically, zombies?
Nah.
But if I'm going to have my splat raise the zombies, I might as well have zombies in the mix because maybe I can make some synergy happen. Yeah, maybe I can hold
Extra
it up.
activations will be important, so you can attack and then throw an extra activation to attack again with another zombie.
Or you take a lot of guys, you'll have that much many more. Than
Wait till the
other
end.
guy.
I'll attack at
You
once.
can do that, yeah.
Yep.
So next up, I have the 3A Ghoul. Now, the 3A Ghoul is like the stock standard.
They finally got a name. They used to be just called 3As. Now they're Ghoul.
Yeah. Now they're leaning into the undead kind of nomenclature. Now their ranged attack, well, they're 2/3, which is nice.
Well, which particular one did you take? The rifle or flamethrower? You're talking troops, right?
No, we're into specialists.
Okay. Gotcha.
HMG?
I did take HMG.
The Hamada?
Yeah, it's good.
The
Good choice.
Hamada.
These ghouls happen to be hackers. Not what it's not the end of the world that they have a hacker, but they're HMG, and I would hope that they don't have to do that heavy lifting, but if they did, and range 6 HMG, suppression, weight of fire 1. And I took 2 of them.
And they've come down in price.
And
Well, you used to have to buy the HMG for them, which was expensive. Now
Well,
it's-
this goes into the whole third edition where it's like it's already there for you. So it's remember you had to like, all right, so what does he take? He takes the heavy weapon, the this, the that, and then you had to go and find it. I think we could all agree that
Streamlined.
this is a little bit easier to find in the book. Whether you like the layout or not, it's good because you know what? There's like the Striders. It's already there, figured out for you. You know that if you take this particular
you don't have
Strider,
to-
you get this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I still vacillate a bit. I still sometimes I'm looking through the book. I go, oh, okay, yes, this is much better. And other times I'm like, oh, why? Like, why this way?
yeah.
So
No,
I don't know if I'll ever come down one side or the other on just the way it's laid out.
But the way it's laid out, like all right, I'm going to take a specialist with an HMD. It's 12 points. I don't have to figure.
Well,
It's
it's
already
super simple now.
It-
You don't.
it's done it for you.
Yeah, before you could do loadouts, which was nice, especially for the Striders, because you could give them just a chainsaw if you just wanted to save some points. But now they're preloaded with their whatever they have, so to each your own.
Yeah, no, I'm just talking about sometimes they have to split things up in the book, so you're looking at the same type of model, different places. Anyways,
Specialist or
again, glacial pace. I'm sorry, people. I apologize.
We are discussing the plague, and it's okay, Jack. It's not glacial.
Okay.
Jack he's got a phobia of being slow.
Thank you.
He was tickling my ear.
Oh.
Anyways,
next up I have two murder birds.
OP.
I wonder if that's still the thought of the.
I never stood the thought in the first place.
No, we didn't. They were good, but they weren't that good.
And honestly, they were one of the first to just add a different element to the game. And that element, anytime you add something new, people can I don't know. It just changes synergies and it changes the way things go from the norm. And it might appear like, oh my God, but now so many other things have flight.
Right.
It's not.
The thing I think people were bitching about was the fact that it had scout. So on a 2 to 3, it's moving up 3, and then the next turn you're moving up 3, so you're at 6. So you're almost across the board.
There's lots of people that could do that. Like Teratons with teleport is way more powerful than flight. So. Anyways, birds.
Yeah. And they don't have scout now. They've got beast and flight. They fight on 4+. That's not bad. Save on 5. 4 hit points. 4 hit points.
There's a lot of little birds flying around. That's why it's hard to hit them all.
Or one big bird on a crate, or
like 7 of them on a wall.
Or some on a wall.
We can agree the models are terrible, right? We can agree on that, right?
I really, really like the ones on the wall, and I like the eagle on the crate.
Yes.
And the vulture. But there's another one where it looks like a bad sculpture where you have to just glue a bunch of metal models together.
Yeah.
And it looks.
I have the one on the crate, and then I forget the other. What other one? What?
There's one on a crate, and then
He's gone like magic. He disappeared.
Oh,
He came back for a second.
No, this guy's cool. This one, the eagle one, the one that's on the flight stand.
Oh.
So flight stand, and then crate. Those are the two I like.
Yeah, the one on
the big single models, not the
yeah.
models.
Well, I mean, when they came out, I bought 3 of them, so 3 sets. So, because
I just remember Jack complaining about the one that looks like all the birds' wings were like glued together.
They are literally all just touching wings, and it looks like a mess. And I don't care for that model.
That one that looks like with the tattoos from the Hunger Game ripoff movie.
I don't get the reference, but I always think it looks like a horde of bats from an anime show.
Mm.
Alucard. When it turns
Alucard.
into a bunch of bats.
Yes, yes. So unless you have a sharpened cross to throw boomerang style at it, you kind of
Castlevania style.
Yeah. So I got 2 of those, and now size 2, 18 points. I don't mind.
No.
I don't mind. I'll feel
a fight
it.
on 4, no AP. I mean, it's for 18 points. You can't beat it, man. 4 hit points.
And you know, it is different. Now, do I think they're OP? No. But next up, for my next specialist, is something that I believe might be, some people could argue, the Plague Swarm. I took 2 of these bad boys.
Nice.
They are only 1/2, but they fight on 3+, save on 5+, tree hit points. Not 1, not 2, but tree. Size 2, they've got something called Acid Bite. Acid Bite AP2. So 2 of those with the AP2. That's where I tried to get my AP in, which by now... and I should say all of these models I have, and I could field this. That's part of the rules for this season.
I think you have almost all of the Plague models except for the new ones.
Yes. I would guarantee you I do. Except for the new Abomination looking with the sword, which I don't know where did he get a sword from?
You made it.
Oh, okay. That answers that.
I think the Plague Lord was giving them out one day.
Is it? I wonder if it's I haven't seen the scale of it. Is it similar scale to the Spectra's sword? Did he steal it off a Asterion?
Could be.
Maybe.
I don't know. I haven't seen them next to each other. I don't know how big he is.
No, neither. And
I was just going to say, Plague Swarms have tough too, which is rare. A lot of things lost tough, and they still have it.
Agile, beast, and tough. Tough being probably the thing that's going to make them hang around a little bit longer. 3 hit points, and they are a pretty low profile, pretty snazzy little model for 20 points. So just 2 more than the Murder Bird.
It's worth it.
If I had more models, I only have the 2 Plague Swarms in my collection, so I could only field 2. But spoiler, if you want to,
it might have been Murder Birds. Might have been Plague Swarms.
There could have been, if you want to peel back the onion, that is my smooth brain. You would probably
is it glass onion?
Figure my brain is a glass onion. That was the name of my memoirs, actually. That's good. Rob features prominently in like the 3rd chapter. That's why I've got a fear of intimacy now. And last but not least, I have for my last specialist, I have a Stage 3A weapons team.
Oh, nice. Right.
One of them for 22 points. The Mortar, range 8. It's heavy. Boo, but they don't plan to move too much. Range 8, you don't need to.
You don't need to.
Indirect frag 4.
Frag 4.
Frag 4.
Frag 4.
And honestly, if they hit, now Rob's a fan of the Bombards. He's a all or nothing, either go big, go home with his Asterians. I did not decide to double up on these, even though I have them. I just hope that they're able to, this list between the Murder Birds, the weapons team, cause enough ruckus in the first couple rounds of play, or first couple, like, not turns, but like the first couple activations, side, back and forth, to let me get some.
Well, you want to knock down a lot of people with those frags, so your zombies can jump on them and gnaw on their brains.
So I've got suppression with my ghouls. I have the mortars, and then hopefully the plague swarms and the zombies will come in and do the chewing and the chomping and the eating. So that is my list. 17 troops, or 17 units. For troops, there's 9 of them. For specialists, there's 7 of them. And for support, there's 0 of them, which gives me 18 VPs total and $200 on the nose.
Is it just me, or I was just thinking about that general making zombies? Shouldn't it have, like, say, you can't make zombies out of what are they called? The robots? What do they call those?
Oh yes,
What's the
like
keyword on
if
robots?
you were to like kill a marionette and all of a sudden
Yeah.
it stands up and is like, "Hey, I'm a zombie now."
Well, I'm glad you asked that. As an expert in xenobiology, what happens is the plague infects even sentient beings that are, like, say, automatons or something like that. And once it infects it, a zombie grows inside of it and then cracks the shell, kind of coming to birth, coming to life, and then becomes a zombie. So make sure you have extra zombies.
That is some Cronenberg.
See, I gotta edit that out.
Oh, I forgot. This is a family-friendly channel, and I apologize.
Now, what if you get one of the, like, let's just say, I don't know, what's the nameless big guy, the Goliath? See, even there, like one zombie will just poke right out and then come at you. It's crazy.
I don't want you to think of that.
It's crazy.
Just
now
slide out like Ace Ventura.
Yeah, because he's pinned. Yeah.
Or out of the rhinoceros.
Or the real one is the one you really want to see is the zombie coming out of an anchor mouth. That is something to behold.
Horrible.
Yeah, it's the stuff of nightmares.
Well,
yeah.
That was Jack's list, and for this, let us go to a quick break. We'll be back to talk about my list, then Coach's list, and then we'll go on from there. How's that sound, boys?
That sounds lovely. Thank you for indulging me in my new system here, and I apologize.
It was terrible.
Profusely.
Sorry to interrupt, but have you heard of Dragon's Tome? Introducing the Dragon's Tome. Join your hosts, Jack, Chopper, and Rob, as they go down a nostalgia rabbit hole, the only YouTube channel to look at every Dragon magazine in chronological order. If you'd like some fantasy shenanigans, search for Dragon's Tome on YouTube. You can also find us on Twitter, @Dragon's Tome, or email us at dragonstomepodcast@gmail.com. Now, back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Rapscallions. All right, so bringing us back is me. That was Jack's list. Echoes of the Past, we were going to call that whole segment. I don't know what happened. So, but forging on ahead, we are going to go to Rob's list. All of us on new equipment. So go ahead, Rob. What's up?
My. List. Is. Too soon? Too tsunami? My list. Yes, the plague. I think I chose it by what I like to look at. My first choice is the Stage 1A Plague Lord as my leader. He only moves 1. He's not a fast boy. But he fights on 3s, saves on 4s, 2 armor, 4 hit points, size 3, recon 5+, which is not bad, and tac 2, which is great. He's tough. He's got mutation. Please, Coach, tell us, what does mutation do?
Mutation is the active model manifests a mutation from the rest of the round. On each activation of this model, choose from Resilient 1, Weight of Health 1, Frenzy 1, increase the AP of one close combat weapon by 1, or increase the armor of a model by 1. Everything is good right there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not random.
No, it used to be.
Yep. You just get to choose. So he's good. Mostly I chose it because I'm going to run him up there. He's a beast. Well, run. That's not the right
He's
going to walk very slowly up there.
Is he the only one model left?
Yeah, maybe.
I think so. The Goliath moves on a 1-2. But he moves on a 1-2. He moves on a 1-1. Goliath moves on 1-2. Forge Guard had stubby legs. They move 1-1. Now they move 1-2. And the Plague Lord is 3 times the size of a Forge God, and he moves on a 1/2.
Well, it's not that he can't move 1/2. He chooses not to.
He saunters.
He saunters. He's a saunterer.
I don't
He
subscribe to the 1/1. I'm sorry. I've been saying that for years. There's no reason for it.
He's never late. He's always on. He arrives when he's meant to. That's what he is.
And now he is one of the original boys. He's an early model, and has for many years been my favorite model in the Mantic range. Yeah, that's him right there. He's a delight to paint. He blew my mind the first time I saw them. But
he's
now
he's the OG in the box.
So now years later, does he still hold a special place in anyone's heart, or are you swayed by, say, the Spectra or
or the new Plague Lord that they just put out? Jack, have you seen the new Plague Lord?
I've seen
There's a new
pictures. Yeah.
He's not that different, but I like the OG better. But
yeah, the only negative to the OG is when you do the hot water treatment. Oh my God, he tears your hair into apart.
Oh yeah, he's spiky.
Yeah,
spiky.
Trying to move, like you trying to move him around. Oh man, I remember that. That was bad because, I had a second one. I just let him, where's my guy? Right here.
Where's my guy? He's around here somewhere too.
Trying to move his arms around. Oh man, like trying to pull, put him in like a linebacker stance and a little bit running. So, I guess he's not running because he only's 1/1, but.
Rob froze. Oh, he's back. Yep.
It's my Plague Lord eating his dinner. Yes, I love Plague Lord. That's why I chose him.
Good. Solid troop.
Teach class AP 1, Friends 1, pretty good, but mostly he's just cool. For my troops.
Well,
what?
he in this iteration, same point cost, Frenzy 1.
Yeah. So you just gained Frenzy 1.
Yeah, that's it's. I mean,
he still is tough.
Not that he needed it, but that really helps him a lot.
And
he himself another Frenzy if he uses flat.
He's 4 VP and worth every one of them.
Yep. He usually stays
if he dies, you're screwed anyways. Yeah.
Yeah, he's usually. I got to tell you, like a lot of times running him up there, and people have thrown like combat beasts at him and stuff like that, and he just tears through them. So
believe me, I fought him enough times. He's indestructible. 36 points, quite expensive, but he's good. For my troops, I took one type of troop because when they're this good, you only need to take one, and I took 6 of them for 7 points each, 1 VP, 6 Hellhounds. Jack already said how good Hellhounds are, and I took 6 of them because they're cheap and they're good. So they're going to be my runner-uppers and eater things because they're 2/3. So they make up for the Plague Lord's slowness. For my specialist, my first specialist is a 3A Ghoul. Jack also took the exact same thing. HMG, I only took one of them because that's all I could afford. But once again, that suppression, way to fire. You're going to knock things down. The Plague Dog's going to eat them. That's the beauty of it. And also, Jack already took this. For a stage, my other specialist is a weapons team with the mortar. Exact same reason Jack took them. Knock things down. Let the dogs eat them.
Really?
So similar list in the middle here. But then this is where it goes off the rails. My last 2 things are 2 support things. You can't call them vehicles because they aren't. I took 2 corruptions because it's new. It's got 4 arms, so this is 8 arms of beauty. He has 1 to 2, 4 ranged, 3 fight, 5 survive, 1 armor, 7 hit points. They have 7 hit points. That's most anybody, I think. Size 4.
The Goliath has, I think, 7.
Does he?
Yeah.
They're 44 points each, which is their strider cost. They 4 VPs each, but they come with a club, which is range 1 because they're so big. AP 1 knockback. They have Vicious Claws, which are Frenzy 1, Smash 1, which is awesome. And they have a Wicked Blade, which is AP 2, Frenzy 3. Frenzy 3.
Frenzy 3.
So 2 of those running around. It's
so all right. So Frenzy 3, fighting on a 3.
Mm-hmm.
So
You're not going to miss too much, but
we start off with 3, correct? Start off with 3.
Mm-hmm.
Charge. I'm sorry. No, let's start off with 3. You have
if you're using your claws, you have smash 1, so it's
you're at
4.
4.
They're size 4. They're going to be bigger most times.
Most likely,
so,
so
that's 5.
you're at 5, right?
And then if you're charging in, that's 6. Yeah,
That's 6.
6 dice on 3s.
Now
You're going to kill a lot of things.
So if you're charging in, it's only 5, but Frenzy 3 with an AP2 and a 3 up fight, I don't think you could miss. I mean, unless you're Fabian, you're not going to miss.
I would probably go with the claws. If you don't need the AP, I would go with the claws because then you get the smash 1. Right. So it matters if you need AP or not. If you don't need the AP, go with the claws.
But if you need something,
these guys really need.
But then he's got Smash and
control.
Smash and Frenzy 1.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So you're still getting the reroll once, but you get that smash, which is an extra die, which is great. But I wish they could use more than one weapon at a time. That's the way. There is a fire control for hand-to-hand now, isn't there? Somebody has that. They should have that. But that'd be OP, I think.
Yeah, no, it's a little too much. But then you just
and the club range 1.
Why is the club range 1?
Because he's got a long reach.
He can.
And I've always said about some of the big creatures, they should be able to have a range 1
I don't like
some
that.
of their hand.
I don't like that. You know what? He's throwing the club at you because it's range 1.
No, he's not. He's hitting you from a range.
No, because
otherwise it'd be 1 use.
Nah, bro, because he's hitting you. Then you have to. If that's the case, then you're using the range, which is 4+.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, but then again, he's throwing it. What is he, Thor?
No, he's not throwing it. He's hitting you with his long arms. He can hit you.
Well, then if he's hitting you with the long arm, he doesn't need the range.
Well, Rob and I have been proponents of this for the larger models, so that they could reach up even at the diagonal into the cube that's up and over.
Just because
up on gantries, like if you have a sniper up on a catwalk and saying you can't get to me, we thought that a model that literally
smash him off,
physically is tall enough that it could just reach over and grab it should be able to, by the rules, reach out and grab it.
Mm-hmm. So that's what this kind of represents, I think. But it is harder to hit because he's farther away. So that's why you have to use the range stat. Anyways, it doesn't matter how you think of it. It's still pretty awesome.
Now you took one of them?
And 2 of them.
2 of them. Okay.
And that's my whole list. Because that's a lot of points.
So
between my Plague Lord at 36 points and those guys at 44 points each, that's pretty expensive. So 200 points on the dot. 11 units, 6 troops, 2 specialists, 2 support, 22 VPs. Yep, it's pretty scary. And I had no points left over, which is amazing.
Wow.
And we'll bring that over to Coach now. Please, Coach, tell us you did something completely different.
All right, so there is a how can I preface this? So
I'm scared where this is going.
So when you're doing the plague, there's one of 3 things you can do. You can do strictly combat, strictly fight, strictly Ghosts of Mars, where they still have their sentience of where we could utilize stuff, or you can go a mix of the 2. And I don't know which is the better of the tree. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, that's the beauty of Dead Zone. They all work.
Yeah.
I think that's what Dead Zone's so good about, that you can make a list and it'll probably work.
Yeah.
And you don't need to really focus on one if you don't want to, because you can mix and match, and you can get a good balance.
Well, what I did was I went with the for this one, I'm going to go with the shooty dudes. All right. And I started off with the 3A General because he's the cheapest. So I'm going to try to hoard this out, but not hoard it out like a particular horde where I'm going to say, all right, the General and 60 zombies. I'm gonna go there. So what I did was we go with the General, All right, and the general we already went over has infection. He's going to kill guys. Are going to kill stuff. You know, but here's the running theme. 2 to 3. Okay, so not only can he, just survive or whatever, but he could run away. So if stuff's getting close, he could dip out. All right. Then I took 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 ghouls with the rifles. Right. Moving on 2 to 3, they suck. Right. 6 points. Shoot of 6, fight of 5, survive of 5. They're going to be around, but we did go over the fact that they're hackers. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I got to have some hackers in the list. But then what I did was I took 2 ghouls with flamethrowers. Now you're going to say, flamethrowers, range 2 kind of sucks. But if you run up on a 2 to 3, right?
And then you can get pretty quick.
Yeah. Right, you get the range pretty quick. You could throw move dice on them, for 4. Move up 4 and then shoot.
That's 6 range pretty much with the weapon.
Yeah. So 3 and 2 is 5.
You're hitting everybody that's not in the last row pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. Or sneaking up, whatever. All right. Now I know that this is a shooty list, but the sentries walk around. I mean, it'd be crazy not to have a dog with you. So I took 3 hellhounds because
troop tax.
No. I'm already with the just with the ghouls. I'm at 5, so I'm doing all right there. But I took the 3 because you need something to run up there. We already went over fight of 5, frenzy 1, frenzy 1 with that, and we all love the hellhounds. We've all experienced either been on the receiving end or giving end of a hellhound taking down a strider, which you get behind an A train and then the other guy doesn't get it done. So you only need 8 hits. Think about it to kick him down with the armor. So
they're just great for getting up. They're fast and tying people up. They don't even need to be like the guy.
They're moving smoke grenades.
Right.
Yeah, they can stop someone with a sniper rifle from shooting. They can stop.
It happened to me many times.
They can threaten leaders. They are just a good, solid pick.
Yeah. So I was thinking that's kind of like adding to the shooting guys, and also, if somebody gets in trouble, you could run them up there. They could fight, and they could be a +1 or +2 in that cube because they get to moving. So I did, we're shooting. How can you not take 2 HMG guys? Suppression way to fire 1. I mean, it's crazy. And they're shooting on. I know they're shooting on 6, but you're really taking them to suppress and get the other guys up there. Then, because you got to reach out and touch somebody before anything happens, lay down the law, and took 2 weapons teams with the mortars, heavy and direct frag 4. We already went over how good that is, and then rounding up in the rear with the gear, everybody's favorite. You know him, you love him, a tank buster strider. Okay,
nice.
So
AP4.
Yeah. AP4. The problem is I've been playing, so you transition from 2 to 3 and everybody has armor but there's no AP, and in this whole list the only AP I have is that Polaris cannon. You know what I mean? So now there's other things like Jack, the
plague swarms.
Yeah, the plague swarms have your AP2, but then again you got to get up and close and personal.
Yes.
Forge Guard are a troops. That's a real thing that's happening now in the world. Enforcers have, the Peacekeepers have armor 2, armor 3 maybe. So, Spectras and all that good stuff. So I think you really need something like that. Now you're saying, range 10 AP4. What do you need range 10 AP4? What do you need AP4? It's overkill. Yeah, but, don't shoot your tank buster strider at a Maw Beast. Shoot it at, something with AP. Take away. I'm sorry, with armor. That's the whole point. But it's 42.
And Ancestor Killer.
Yeah. 42 points is. I know it's heavy, So, but that's that list. I don't know. Should I do the other one? I think I should.
Sure, that was pretty quick. You can go through another one.
Yeah. So, real quick, I like the new guy, man. I like the Sentient as a leader, and I'll tell you why. Because he was the old lieutenant. All right, his splat. So he moves on a 2-3, fight on 4, survive of 4, armor 1. Right, you got the 4 hit points. He's size 3, so he's big. Can move. Agile, recon 6+. All right, that is what it is. But tack 1, thirst for blood, stage 2A, 2B, and aberrations. Model gains +1 speed for sprint actions for the rest of the round. In addition, the model will not need to take a rampage test at the start of the activation. So, with that, took 4 Hellhounds because, 2A Leapers. I took 4 of them. All right. Now, I don't know. Did anybody take any Leapers? No, right?
Nope.
No.
But that's the thing. I was doing the shooty list, and now this is the combat list. So 2A Leapers took 4 of them. The stage 2 Bursters. All right. I don't know. I heard that people are having a hard time getting them. I'm glad I got them.
Aren't they metal? They're like weigh a ton, don't they, Jack?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, such a good. It's when Mantic decided like they were gonna like up their game in the sculpt department. It's the first one I remember seeing of the newest batch going, oh, this is a nice model, and they are lovely. The
real thing, other than the body itself, the faces are so carved out in the way it is. Like they have the expression, like one guy's screaming, the other guy's gritting his teeth, and it's like whoever sculpted that, man. Like I know the Plague Lord, how we feel about him as a model, but I got to tell you, man, the Bursters, when I was painting them and stuff, I was like, oh my God, this is great. I wish I had more, so I painted 4 of them. And then that was the thing too, Jack. Remember they had like
I have 5 limbs, multiple heads.
Yeah, multiple heads, multiple limbs.
It came like the Mantic did go out of their way to make sure that you'd make the one you wanted.
Right.
There was a leg that was kind of like a tree trunk looking thing,
right.
And then there was
And the thing is, I have 4 of them, and they all look different poses, different arms, different heads. So those guys are good. But what's really sweet about these guys is the Plague Burst, range 2, AP 1. It burns. All right. Now, their range is 6+, but you know what it is? They're just vomiting and putting the acid on fire. That's I never with the flamethrowers and say this. This is basically he's a flamethrower. You never think, it's almost like the suppression weapons. You're like, oh man, I killed a guy. Oh, and I suppressed a cube. Well, I got a bonus. I killed a dude in there. You're really just going to suppress him. This thing is you're burning him. You're putting the cube on fire. All right. So if you get a splat with him, they move on a 1-2, but you could sprint with the Sentient Thirst for Blood +1. So he's moving on a 3, right? And then you could Plague Burst him with the say a shoot dice with that. So that's pretty good, I think. And he's only 14 points. Size 3. Size 2, but 3 hit points. So there is now that new thing where we've been talking this forever. So, they should have hit points, they should have this and that. So size 2 with 3 is what it was. I guess that's what it was before, but yeah, Peacekeeper's a size 2 with 2 hit points.
I think he might be big. He should be bigger than a size 2 though.
Yeah,
he's quite a big model.
Yeah. He's a lot.
If Peacekeepers are size 2, he should be bigger.
You know what it is?
And Leapers are size 2.
I think they're size 2 height wise, but they're girth. The whole thing. Mm-hmm. Where the hell are they? Hold on.
They're quite wide.
They've got the big fat baby faces. They've got the big pendulous breasts.
Yep, there he is. Boobos.
Boobos.
dude,
They are boobo covered as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like this is the one I was saying, Jack. The one screaming, and then I don't know if you could see the one with his tongue sticking out. That's my favorite right there. That's my favorite. Yeah, these models was something else. And then
You can hear it when you put it on your desk. It's
Yeah,
like thunk.
you ready? So, and you know what's great about them too? When you glued them together, there was really no separation, very little separation. So I don't know what you guys do. You know, people do green stuff. I use a gloss varnish, and you put one layer on it, and then if it's not enough, you put another layer, and it builds up layers, and you don't have to use green stuff. And it's actually like you get $1 cheap, you know, the hobby stuff like that, and you put it on there. Then when you prime it, it makes it kind of levels itself out. So
I usually use white glue and super glue mixed together.
Yeah.
If you put white glue down, then super glue on top, it creates like a floor.
Yeah, it's little things like that, you know.
I know the abdomen came in 2 parts.
Yeah.
Like the torso, and one of mine there was quite the liberal gap there.
Misshapen, yeah.
Which the metal, that's what happens. It cools. It is what it is.
Unpredictable for sure, metal compared to like
Yes.
resin and other things.
And either I put steel stick, the putty that turns into metal, in there, or I did baking soda and super glue. I forget
Yeah.
which, but you can't tell.
Get a little texture.
And you know it's good because with these guys, if you do that around their belly, they got so many folds and rolls and stuff. It just looks like it's part of it. It's not like a smooth surface. So
yeah, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
But I do think the pus burst is the now that they're not a hand-to-hand fighter that would just with boom, they've got the ability to reach out. I think they're a better choice now than they have been in the past.
Right.
It should say teeth and claws though. I don't understand why it doesn't say that on these guys because it can still do hand to hand.
Right.
They always put something like the beak and talons for the murder birds. Like even if it is nothing, they always put something, right? But it's funny how they didn't do it for these guys. Boom 4 though, you kill them and they're gonna explode in your face.
Yeah, that's the cool part, you know.
Yeah.
So and then
so you're like, I don't want to kill him. He's right near all my guys.
Where the hell is it? This is the wrong list. That's this list, right? This one? No. What happened to my list? It's gone.
You're mixing matching lists now.
Yeah. Well, then the last 3 things would be it was either the aberration, which I would probably take, but then we're kind of low on models, so I took 3 murder birds for the same price. So, you know, but yeah, you take the aberration because thirst for blood. But then that goes back to the thing where you shouldn't really focus on your splat, you know. But so thirst for blood's one of those like 2A, 2B or aberrations. If you take the sentient just for him, it's 26 points with a useless splat. Because it only works on 3 models. It doesn't even work on him, which I think it should. It, you know.
He doesn't have rampage, does he?
No.
Yeah, but just the other stuff. Yeah.
But I'm just saying,
Sprint.
Yeah. So, you know, so he was on the lieutenant. You know, I really do like.
It's because all the ones he works on are only 1, 2, eh? Not 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. He's too fast already.
Well, no,
it already works on him. He's already got it built in.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I don't understand why the leapers are slower than the ghouls. I've never understood that, but. Each your own.
Maybe because the plates are too heavy.
Yeah.
The leapers in the lore used to be like the fast, agile ones. Like that.
They do have agile still.
Their specific in the lore was that they were just these crazy fast.
And yet they were slower than the ghouls.
But I think the introduction of the zombies meant that the ghouls kind of had to didn't have their place anymore. They had to kind of.
Zombies are slow too. Like they
shuffle everything around.
Right.
I really don't understand why the 3A is 2, 3. It should be 1, 2. I don't understand why it's 3, 2, 3.
But well, you know what? I think the lore is that so the general spreads the plague, right? And then the zombies are 3As that it kind of didn't take. So, you know, they didn't.
I understand why they're slower.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I mean, I think the leapers should be fast. The Leapers should be 2-3, and the Ghouls should be 1-2, I think.
Right, but then if the leapers are 2-3, then it's 16 points is a steal.
Well, you have to increase the price a little bit.
Yeah,
like 18.
yeah. But then
anyways, that's
Then again, Kalishio's are still 2-3.
Exactly. Well, Coach gave you a bonus list there, people.
I got one
This
more
was
if
a
you want
special
it.
day.
Oh, we can't. The glacial pace. Glacial pace.
No, I'm
time.
moving.
We're
I'm
time-
dropping
time.
sign, man.
Time here, guys.
It's got a bunch of zombies in it.
Is it 60 zombies?
10. Plague Lord, 10 zombies, 4 leapers, 1 aberration. 200 on the button.
You just now you've just forced the third list on the good viewers.
He's just going to be like, I got another one. Before we're going to break now. Here's another list.
I got to tell you, I love making lists, man. I love making.
I don't know where we got that impression, but yes.
But you know what it is though, Jack. I don't know, because I know Jack, you do the same thing when we were using Battle Scribe, and you're sitting there and you're like, oh, this is good, but all right, I got no AP, so I got to put this guy. All right. Oh wait. All right. Now I got to do this, and then next thing you know, you get off the can. There's 32 lists in there, so the plague. A lot of fun.
Yes.
So
we'll come back to discuss how much fun we have and who we hate, who we never chose. So
okay.
We'll be back after this break. We got a time limit.
Come on back,
y'all.
Hey everybody, welcome back. This is the award-winning team building exercise. I'm here with Coach. I'm here with Rob, whose hair is doing something.
Get over there. Get over there, hair.
We got to get him a scrunchie.
Without his anger waves above his head, and me. We've been doing this quite a while. We've got a system going where we do our lists. Then we decide what we didn't take, why we didn't take it, and then we round it out with a little bit of hate. So let's get started, shall we? Usually, Rob, you go through the list. Let's see what we didn't take.
Well, since Coach did 3 lists, we took all the leaders.
Yeah, that does throw the system askew.
It's not
yeah,
that.
it makes it a lot easier for this one.
The love for the plague is real. It's real.
We did not take a 3A grenade launcher, range 5, indirect frag 3.
I think because it
points.
was like either that or you take
Weapons teams.
team. So, but they're pricey, man. But you know
Weapons
what?
teams are 22 points, and these guys are 15, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for 7 points, you get a bigger model, and it has range 8 instead of range 5. So.
But then again.
And indirect 4 instead of 3.
It's indirect 3. I don't know, for Rob, what is that? Like 32 points more, you get the weapons team. How much is that? That's
7.
That's 5, 6, 7 points more. So you can take a grenade launcher and a dog, or you can take a weapons team. Either one, solid.
It appears to be that's a little bit of redundancy there. Me personally, the machine guns, taking the HMG kind of does. You're not getting the damage per se, but we're all looking at the same end result, which is the models pinned. So whether you want to scatter them and pin them or pin them, it's the same at the end of the day.
And I'm just a little pissed off though, because this doesn't say boomstick anymore.
Terrible.
Boomstick.
Remember, it used to be the boomstick.
Mm-hmm.
That's triple OG back in the day.
Yeah,
the boomstick. You know what? We're gonna change that.
This is my boomstick. And I looked over the whole list. The only other thing we didn't take, which amazingly we didn't take, is a Plague Teraton.
Right.
Like, they're great, but 24 points, 3 VPs. They're a little expensive, but you do get teleport and tough. And they're size 3, 4 hit points.
They kind of sit in the same in the same area as a lot of the other troops. A big, beefy, fighty guy. In some other factions, it would be, this guy stands out because of those attributes. in the plague, he's kind of he's also one of these big
Yeah.
beefy guys.
And I think his point cost is kind of in between too. It's not cheap, but it's not and they're not super strong like the aberrations or the corruptions. So,
You know what I think with this guy? Make him better. Keep everything the same. What they did was they did give him AP1. Give him Smash for 24 points. You know, and I just every time I've taken one, people are so scared of Teratons, especially for some reason a Plague Teraton gets taken out quicker than like the aberration, or they always go for that. So,
well, I think Jack, I think in the tournament you felt some pain of a Plague Teraton just teleporting up to your sniper. Or...
Yeah, I was playing. At that tournament, there was the. I'm drawing a blank now. Though the recon roll was the chart from the book.
Yes.
Which may not be the same chart, but it allowed one model to come in on from your end. And
I never liked that one.
Bill Foreman, our friend, my friend and yours, he
Georgie's favorite.
His Plague Teraton in behind my lines, and I had goblin snipers up like three floors high. There's no way that anyone should have been able to get to him. And the Teraton just went, pew, pew, and then the carnage happened. Excuse me, and it was bad.
You know, is that still in there? The recon, that one.
I know for the next tournament we changed it because to avoid that kind of stuff. We just made it so you get a free scout.
You know, then it's like, why not just put the Plague Lord in there or something? Or, you know, like that was actually very smart putting that in there. Because Jack was like, I got at least 4 turns of these guys not getting touched. And then, you know, I mean, I know don't hate the player, but that's...
Well, for tournament games, you want it to be a little more fair, right? That's just because he rolled slightly better on a recon roll, you shouldn't win the game, right?
Me personally, I love it. I like the chaos, and it is fun.
That's a funny story to tell too. So,
and because Bill is one of the nicest guys too. He's like, "Oh, this is cheap." I'm like, "No, this is great." But people who are tournament people want to have everything kind of by the number, by the book, and so why I hummed and hawed is because I haven't looked in this version if it's the same table, because that's why I had to preface it by saying this was.
I think most tournaments now don't do that. I think it is the same table in it, but I think they've.
I think they've adopted coach's rule. I don't get credit for it, but yeah.
Well, we have it video, the proof that we predate that coach's rule. There's quite a few rules that if we really went back, we could go, hey, there it is right there, 2 years before. But, well, what are you going to do?
No, I'm sorry. That's right. You guys made that one. I did Coach's Cube. We're adding the cubes to the extra thing. That was me. You did. You guys, you are correct. You are correct. I'm sorry. Coach's Cube. DZP the recon table, which had one thing for whatever guy you did, you get a +1. That's it.
I'm trying to see it. I don't even see
Jack,
it on the list anymore.
Did I set the record straight in a gentlemanly way? Because
you did. You were in the hot seat there for a second, but you pulled it through. You were really magnanimous about the whole thing, and I applaud you. As do the rest of our friends and family watching.
I've been kicked in the head quite a lot, so sometimes the neurons get crossed.
And I'm not the one you have to worry about. Rob's the one.
Yeah.
He's like a hawk.
But the Teraton, man, like you were saying, Jack, I don't know about you, man, but it is a bullet magnet, and then for whatever reason I can't roll. Survive a 5, even with tough, it's just bad. I don't know. In the Blaze of Glory, you're like, all right, you know what? I'm going to get out of my comfort zone, bring a Teraton, and then it's like, oh, man. And you know what it was, too? they were only like sets only had one in it, so it was like one set had one Teraton. So it was almost like you know, all right, I want to take 3 Teratons for 70 you know, almost 75 points, but you can't because you ain't got them.
But now with the new sculpt, we'll see. We'll see what frequency they come out at.
All right, here's a good question. OG Teraton or the new sculpt Teraton?
Hands down, OG Plague Lord, but I think the new Teraton looks. I think maybe I would say new Teraton.
Yeah, you know what? The new Teraton's face is a little bit more defined, and it's really
a little more. Yes. It all the components are still there. Whoever did it made sure that they still had the cod piece.
Mm-hmm.
Made sure they had all the still things, but it just looks a little sleeker, less chunky boy. I don't know about you, Rob. You've seen the new sculpt.
Oh, there's a new sculpt.
He comes with the Goro.
Shame on you. Okay, so
it seems like the old plague was plate mail, and the new plague is scale mail. I think. Rob, did you find what you were looking for?
The recon table is the same. Yes, I finally found it in the book. It's like at the very back of the book for some reason instead of at the beginning. So.
Now, is that one in there? The one that you can infiltrate in the back there?
It was. You came in on the side, anywhere along.
Yeah, it was on the side, I believe.
On the side, and he just chose the side right.
Oh, I mean, if you come in, if you come in from the side, you can come in the side. And maybe it should be the side, not the deployment zone, but that wouldn't have mattered anyway.
No, since my goblins were up in a tower, it must have been one forward anyways.
Right.
So like they moved into the range. Like I thought they were safe for turns and turns.
They're terrible. These new recon results are terrible. Number 1, look at one item token and replace it face down. Cube it came from. Useless.
No one uses items
2,
as far as I'm concerned.
I use them all the time.
Well, even if they do, who cares? Like looking at one item. Look up to 3 item tokens and replace them face down in the cube they came from. Number 3, choose an item token, discard it without looking at it if you already have, or without looking at it or showing your opponent. There's like a weird thing there. 4 to 6, move one model of your strike team up 1 cube, which is what we think should always be recon. 7, you may optionally redeploy 2 of your models in the strike team. They must stay within their deployment zone they are currently placed in. However, you can move to a new position within it. That is useless. It's only so wide. It's not. You're not making that much difference.
I think the spirit of that is like, so after everybody's set up, like I go first, now you go second, and then it's like, oh, you know what? He put these guys here, and I put these guys here. I would have rather had them here, so I'm going to move these guys there. I'm just saying that's what it was written.
That's replace the one that Jack was telling about. And then 8 is choose any result, but they all suck. The only good one is move one model, one space. That's my favorite result.
I don't know. We do the one where, if you win by say 2, you move 2 models. They get one cube. But it's nice. You do that, and then you scout them. Now we're cooking with gas.
Yeah. Oh, it's a nice little addition.
Yeah. No, it's.
I hate the recon table, so that's the one that we always play. Is that one? It's the most common one to roll, but it's also the one you show.
No matter what you roll, it's a 6. It's a 6 or a 7.
Because you do it for each dice you roll, right? So
yes,
it sounds like the Plague's a pretty good faction. If our hate segment is about the recon table in the rule book.
We didn't take Living Legends. So Subject 901 we didn't take, which is Frenzy 2, TAC 1, which is nice. 24 points, which isn't horrible. He's got AP 1, 3 VPs though. He's not terrible. It's only 24 points, but once again, he falls into the same range as the Teraton. There's so many other things that do the same thing as him.
Yeah, and he's 24 points, 3 VPs. Woo. Now what was the Teraton? I'm sorry.
24 points.
And how many VPs?
And 3 VPs, I think 3.
3 VPs, yeah. So.
The other Living Legend we didn't take. Oh, sorry.
He is weapon X. So
he is, yeah.
But now Subject 901, I guess he's a Libra because he only moves 1 to 2. See, he should really move 2 to 3. for the
For
points
that
you're
price
paying.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other living legend is somebody who used to be a general who got demoted to being a living legend. That's Dr. Gail Simmons.
But she is doing double
Medic-
duty, though.
Yeah, she got demoted because
Oh,
she
that's
can't
right.
be
She was
trusted.
yeah, that's right. She joined the other side, didn't she?
Yeah.
Medic
she's,
Tac 1 tough, and she's just got a pistol.
Dare I say?
She,
Dare I say? She's priced accordingly.
18 points for medic. That's the only medic in the team.
Well, she's
I
got
think they don't
TAC
have
1.
medics.
She got TAC 1. Tough.
Save on 3+.
3+. She's gonna be around.
Save on 3+. She's not. Yeah, she's gonna be around to save people. But
medic, tactician. I'm sorry, medic. You know how we feel about medics.
the only medic, but it's the only medic you can have for the plague.
Yeah.
So
Now here's the thing. Here's the hate. You want to talk about hate? Let's talk about hate.
It's the time and the place. Let's do it.
5 equipments. Five
Yeah,
items
that's
in the
it.
equipment. Ammo,
I
AP
hardly any
ammo,
limits.
frag, smoke, and frag 3
Combat
combat blades, which we already. So really, there's only 4.
one use.
There's only 4.
Yep.
And the combat blades are
Combat
what?
should be 1 point.
It's.
They
What
should
was
be
it?
throwing knives, and they should be only 1 point. They're useless.
I understand because I was in the process of the combat blades, but it like you said, it's a one use. It was supposed to be like giving AP to someone who didn't have anything, so you can get what you should be able to give a guy a combat blade. You should be able to get like say AP1, just AP1, no frenzy on just and you should be able to use it. So maybe like 3 points, giving it AP1 in combat.
Or it should be 1 point for one use. That's fine. If you have an extra point, throw it on somebody for one time, right?
Yeah, but
they wanted all the equipment to be one use, pretty much. That's why they did it. Because they used to have pistols and stuff that you could add to your guys. They took all that out. So
right. Well, now, but
that
now
was before. I mean, that was in V1, right, or V2.
V2
before they added the list. Look at I think it was in V1 because you could. It was before they added the equipment lists, like the weapon lists.
Mm-hmm.
You could add just pistols to people and combat blades.
Right.
So, because I remember we'd always I think pistols were like 1 point because we'd add them to people and they were like, "Here's a pistol," because we have an extra point.
It was always, wait, I'm at 197, so I gave 3 guys a pistol.
Yeah. It's like, why? Well, just in case.
Because
And so if this is the hate that the equipment list isn't lengthy enough, I agree. A defender shield, maybe give the ghouls,
It kind of makes sense. Like you can pick up a big piece of armor and hold it. Like they should have defender shields. I understand they don't have energy shields. Like they're not 100%, but they should have defender shields. I agree. They shouldn't call them defender shields. They should just call them shields. Maybe don't make them as good as defender shields or something. All the defender shields give you 1 armor anyway. So
either way, I don't think the plague's really missing it, but
no.
I mean, give the guy like say a rubbish shield or something like that, or a trash shield where he only gets a +1 armor, nobody else does. Because it's like,
or even once again one use. That's fine. You make it cheap enough, like 2 points.
He picks it up, he gets shot, and it gets shot off. It saves him. But,
that's right. That makes more sense than the combat blades. Yeah. Anyways, it wasn't much to talk about the we didn't like the plague because we used most of it because it's all useful. That's the beauty of the plague. It's you can play many different ways and everything's useful.
And
I think it's one of the rare groups that is true. That is true about everybody in this list. Like, there's no bad person in this list.
Yeah.
Usually there's a clunker.
Well, I'd say the 2 clunkers are the Heavy Burst Laser Strider and the Urban Assault Strider.
Oh, yeah. Strider, they always have the same list of Striders. Those Striders are clunkers no matter what.
Yeah.
The Urban Assault Strider is way too expensive for what it is.
Right.
And the other one's fine, but it's,
It's a heavy burst.
I don't mind
laser,
the heavy
though.
support Strider. Yeah.
But it's
way to fire 2 suppression.
Right,
it's
but
sorry.
but you could take a dude with an HMG. You could take 4 of those
take
guys.
3 guys.
well,
yeah.
Well, how much?
Yeah.
They're what?
12, I think.
12 points.
I think they're
so,
12 points. Yeah.
So you take 3 of them, give them ammo,
and a dog, I think.
or you can give each one ammo, and you're getting weight of fire 1 as opposed to 2.
that is also something that's missing from this list. That used to be the classic combo is no hollow sights.
Correct.
Used to be HMG guys with hollow sights was the way to
Right.
go.
Yeah, that was
Cheap snipers.
that
I
was
didn't even think about that. You're right.
Hot Dice
Yes.
destroyed me in a tournament with those guys.
I dare to say that Hot Dice came up with that, giving hollow sights to HMGs.
It was a good combo.
I mean, it made them expensive, but it was worth it.
But they
still.
were like snipers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, the Plaguey, great models. I don't think we have much to say about them.
Very, very forgiving and very good starter army.
I was just about to say that. I don't know how they're boxing them now because it's not part of the new 2-player box set, and I don't know they're redoing the sculpts, the materials, and how they're going to be packaged. So by the time you watch this, you may or may not know. I don't know, but there's enough in there that if you want to try different play styles, like Coach did, 3 different lists off the top of his head: shooting, fighting, hand to hand, and then one with some trickery. It's all in here, and you can play around. I wouldn't say it's the starter list faction I would start with necessarily, but if you have the money to get in,
I think it's one of the most forgiving though.
That's what I mean.
You can just mess up and they're still good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you kill
list really.
You kill 4 guys, you still have 15 to go. You know that
you
type
can't,
of deal.
Yeah. And like I say, everybody's useful. So you're not adding things and you're like, oh, that didn't work. That combo didn't work. They're still useful.
I'd still recommend Nameless for someone if they, but again,
Really?
yeah,
too many
yeah.
stats and you got to know what the triclinic shard thing does, or prey as they call it now, and too many rules.
You know what?
There's no rules in these guys.
When you think about it, the Plague, if you go across, almost everything is a 5. Almost everything is a 5. Better things have obviously better stats, but they're mostly 5s are your, or your major stat here. Enforcers, 4s. So that's, I think, why they're good starter armies. Especially the Plague. It's like, I don't know what I want to do. So if you go elite with the Plague, it's very forgiving. If you go with a lot of dudes, it's forgiving. You
can hoard.
Yeah, but I think with them, if you hoard, I forgot what my list was. I'm sorry.
You 10 zombies.
No, I'm saying my regular one with my official list. With the.
Are we getting a 4th list from?
No. I'm saying the one with the general, the ghouls, the shooting, all
Your
that.
First list.
Yes.
He did claim before the break that he was going to try and get as many lists in this episode as possible. So I thought, Rob, you were going to have to jump on him.
Yeah,
hold him down.
But here you go. So it was 14 troops, right? 8 specialists. Okay, so that's Rob. What's that? 37, 38, something like that.
22, is it?
Right. It was 1 plus 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 altogether. Take out that tank buster for 42 points, and man, you could just put a bunch of ghouls and a bunch of hellhounds, and
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So you could add 4 more models to that, make it right there. You're 18 models, 19 models. Maybe even
easy,
with some that. But
we always joke about the zombie list. It's
right.
You can make many.
But I'm saying that's hoarding it out. You have 20 models. But it's a horde, but it's not a horde. You know what I mean? It's not like just that shambling horde. It's
not weak, yeah.
Yeah. Things work. I mean, most of them are shooting on 5s, right? No, I'm sorry. The ghouls are shooting on 6s. But, it's a lot of stuff there, man.
Enough about the Plague. I'm sick of talking about him. What are we doing next week? I think it's Jack's turn, I believe.
Well, I'm not certain, but first Coach has to tell us who we haven't heard yet. There's a definite order. I like rules. We need to do this by the book. So Coach, if you wouldn't mind, go through who we've done, who we haven't done, and then
who we have left.
Forge Fathers, GCPS, and Marauders is it.
So I'm pretty good.
I'll just cut all that out.
I'm pretty good. No, you shouldn't.
All right,
so discussing what's left.
We've done the Asterians, done the Enforcers.
Mm-hmm.
We've done the Maison, the Nameless, the Rebs, the Plague, and the Veermen. We have the CCPDS, the Forge Fathers,
Gotham Police Department.
and the Marauders. And we've done the Maison. That was amazing that we've done the Maison.
I think we got those out of the way because they suck.
No, I like the Maison now.
I know you do.
And wasn't it because they had just released something at the time? I think there was below those many months
those
ago.
cyborgs.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Pick.
Can't be the Forge Fathers, so I think we're gonna have to go with the Gotham Police Department.
Okay.
I hate them.
I like
them. They're the ones I would choose the least out of Starter Army. They're so hard to play.
Really?
They're unforgiving. Yes.
Really?
But I also think if you come from another game, any other game, I think they've got like as straightforward
Troops
that you would be used to.
Yeah.
I shoot, you shoot, they shoot, we shoot. Like I think either way, we'll find out. We'll find out.
We'll find out. GCPS next month.
There's going to be so much craziness. But me and Rob comparing them to the Enforcers and why these guys got the juice and they don't.
Obviously they're the generic troops of the corporations. Of course, they should be better than the elite troops of the.
No, save it.
Council.
Save it. I was.
Oh, I have enough hate for more than one episode.
Yeah.
You know, other than the Revs, which I'm glad we got out of the way, I created pretty much like every other faction.
I like the Revs.
I don't. I really dislike the Revs.
So,
like instead of boo Revs, I go boo Revs.
Boo Revs.
Yeah. Hey, Rob, what you been up to?
I have been doing a podcast called Mobile Armor Radio. I do it with Brian Novak, who we've mentioned already, and Community Pat. And we do a show all about big stompy robots and all the mecha and mechs and BattleTech and Gundam and.
I've been told that I should back the Redline Kickstarter because of you guys.
It should, because it's a fun little game. It's a card game.
Is it good?
It's real fun. It is good.
Is there
minis? It's the minis aren't. You can use them as tokens, I guess, but they're just for fun. It's just kind of like Magic the Gathering. You're fighting over cards in the middle. That's what makes it unique. So you have to send your mechs to fight in certain areas. So you're fighting over settings, which is kind of fun. So it's mecha action, but in a card game form, and it's really fast, really fun.
What's it called?
Redline.
Redline.
It's the third expansion's currently on Kickstarter. Maybe not when this comes out, because God knows when this comes out, but it's available anywhere. Anyways, it's not a commercial for Redline, people, but it's a fun game.
We're just discussing because we didn't have that much hate, but I don't know. I'm kind of like, I'm going to quote Mark Twain, if there are no minis in heaven, I shan't go.
There's minis, but I have some right there. Jack, what have you been up to? Because you do a show with me also. Please don't screw this up.
I wait for this all month.
I do a show with Rob and Chopper called The Dragon's Tome. And we discussed Dragon Magazine, the old periodical that talked about Dungeons and Dragons, and we started from the first magazine. We're going to go all the way to the last. It's a weekly podcast in which we discuss in chronological order, and it's a quick and easy. It's like the longest one's about a half an hour, and we do get technical issues on that podcast. It's not like this one. Sometimes there are, but we're flying by the seat of our pants over there. This is a professional, like Family of Gamers 777. This is YouTube real time stuff.
Correct.
But if you want to, while you're finishing up this one, Dragon's Tome, you just go up, search it out, and it comes right up.
I always link it in the description, so if they want to just
right here on YouTube's.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm glad you guys are out of the canyon now, so that we can actually hear you better.
Yes.
But I will say, Jack, that's not the one I was talking about. Tell them about the real one.
Oh, see, me and Pat have another one. It's called Pat to the Future. And we're discussing Back to the Future, the third movie. And we go on a deep dive into what Jules and Vern, the two children, are doing. It's a little bit of fanfic. And Pat takes it to like a hentai area. I don't care for it too much. But
it's for tentacles.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
That
can see Pat
train,
tentacles. Yeah.
time traveling train turns. Well, there's some trains being pulled. That's for sure. So, anyways, you want to
There's
try?
been trains going into tunnels.
Yes. So that's Pat to the Future with Pat Chopper Lewis and myself.
I don't know if you guys know this. I wanted to save this, but I put up the last episode of Fight Mary Kill for an award, and I think we have a really good shot. Cross those fingers, Jack. But it's not going to be like this podcast. Trust me, it's not going to be like this. Multi-award winning.
No.
But you can't. Lightning goes in a bottle only one time.
I said, don't do it. Don't. I'm not in it for the recognition. But the clip you pulled, they loved it, and hopefully, like I said, voting is still open right now. I would tell you where to go, but by the time this airs, the voting will be closed. But next time you see me, I might be part of 2 award-winning podcasts.
That other clip of the two boxers fighting, it's tough. It's wearing around, but I think you got this one.
I think so.
And Coach, what have you been up to on this good old fine YouTube channel we find ourselves on currently?
Well, keeping up the monthly schedule of getting this out on time really takes a while in editing and whatnot. But yeah, we're doing some good stuff. We all back that Tycho Starport, and the Corvus Games Terrain is official sponsor of the channel. So he's been helping us out with STLs and printing it, playing some Legion, playing some Dead Zone, waiting for my Firefight to come in. I keep looking.
Still
waiting.
Hasn't it been 2 months?
No, it's on a boat. Don't worry, Jack. It's on a boat. This poor guy. He really thinks it's still coming, Jack.
Oh, you think? Oh,
No,
sad man.
I'm being facetious. They said it was coming. I've been. Listen, the fine people at Mantic are
single tier.
Yeah. So.
Well, and the worst part is, we have now become the mouthpiece of Mantic by giving the vital information that they will be releasing models, and they can't even grease our palms a little. Like, come on.
I mean, when you need Mantic news, you know where to go. I mean, because it takes us about a month to get that together. I mean, Boomer's he's dedicated. That guy.
He's hard hitting journalist. That guy.
Yeah.
So.
Enough of this stuff. Let us continue on for another month to do our own.
So what are we doing next week? The Gotham, right? The Gothamites.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Until then, I've been Rob.
And I'm Jack.
And I'm Coach. See, I put the pause in for you
guys. And we'll be back to ruin your eardrums for another month.
Excelsior!
Echo.